have a very interesting conspiracy theory that I cannot figure out how the hell this has not come up before.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
Okay, so this goes back to the 1999 World Cup.
Which World Cup? What sport?
Cricket.
Well, let's clarify that.
Okay, well, I think it's the one in 1999.
Yep.
But anyway, so the other day when the cricket was rained out, they had things talking about the 99 final, and it was Australian players going over how they won the game. And
Yes.
they call it one of the greatest games ever and the greatest choke ever it's been described as, which I find kind of coincidental given the fact that both the team that they beat and the team that they beat in the semifinals were done for match fixing. So confirmed match fixing, and yet somehow the fact that they managed to win in the greatest choke ever doesn't get brought up as, well, maybe they match fixed that game too.
So it was confirmed. So it's been confirmed that both the matches, the semi-final and the final that Australia played in, were match fixed.
No, it's not confirmed that at all.
Yeah.
But both the teams they played were confirmed to be match fixing during the tournament.
So South Africa were. So who did they play in the final again? I think
Pakistan, but it's the semi-final where the greatest.
The semi-final was
the greatest finish ever, right?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
But how do you not? How is no one questioning? And they go on and say this is the greatest win ever. How do they not say, well, actually, South Africa, their captain was banned from playing for life because he match fixed during that tournament specifically, and then multiple players in that team were done for match fixing during that tournament.
Well, did Lance Klusener get done for match fixing because he was the one who fucked up that last scenario that got?
I don't believe so, but at the end of the day, it does seem, I don't know, a little bit suspicious that the captain and at least 3 other players were like, on those facts alone. You have to say that there's ignoring the fact that it was the greatest choke ever, just the fact that they won against a team where at least 2/3 of the team were caught match fixing, you would say, well, there's a good chance they match fixed. Yeah. You throw in on the top of that the fact that it was the greatest choke ever, and you have to say, well, how do we even think that it's not match fixed?
On face value, it was the greatest choke ever, but if you take into account that there was a high probability of maybe match fixing or something happen, then of course you're going to question. Then of course there's absolutely going to be questions.
I don't even think you question it. Given the facts surrounding it, you have to go almost to the extent of, there is no way this wasn't match fixed unless you can prove otherwise.
Yeah.
That's I understand that we're innocent until proven guilty, but the fact that when you have so much surrounding evidence, it's not like just a little bit.
Have you seen the footage of what happened in the final?
Yeah, and they ran on that final ball when they weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
And you tell me that isn't match fixed.
It seems pretty.
So just describe it. What happened?
So for everyone out there, it was Australia were playing South Africa in the semi-final of the 1999 World Cup. And Australia had batted and made, I think it was like 247 or something. And it got down to the last over, and South Africa, I think, needed 1 run off the last 2 or 3 balls or something to win the match. So they've got 1 wicket left and they're 9 down. And what happens is
you got it wrong, because Australia got 213.
213, sorry.
South Africa got 213.
They got, the score's wrong. So
with 4 balls to go, South Africa,
4 balls to go, not 2 or 3.
The score is even.
Yeah, so I was going to get to, so both teams are on the same score, and South Africa have 4 balls to go. So in other terms, it's pretty much it's pretty much a certainty.
And Australia can only win if they get them out of that exact runs.
Well, yeah, exactly. So the only So Australia at that point, the only way they can win is by getting a wicket because somehow with whatever it was, Australia would go through to the final as a result of a tie because of whatever happened.
Yeah.
And what happened was, I think it was Lance Klusner facing the delivery. So he hit it, bumped it to pretty close. And there was a mix-up running between wickets and he got run out. And one of them got run out. It needs to be
said the ball before would have been run out except the angle was too hard to hit the wickets. The player was out of their crease, went to run and then came back. Yeah. They would have been run out. And if it had been a direct hit, they were out, except the angle was very tight, so it didn't.
Yeah.
So you have 2 balls in a row where this shit has happened. And not to mention the fact that the batter on the other end didn't even move. So one batter runs.
He could have been hit it.
The end of the day, one of them runs and the other one doesn't even move. And you tried to say that there's nothing suspicious about that.
Absolutely, there could be. If it's been found proven.
Now, if that was the last ball, you could understand why they would have run themselves out trying to do it. But the fact is that you have 4 balls to do this. The first one is a dot ball where the person at the bowler's end runs a little bit, comes back, dives, but they weren't in their crease when the ball would have hit the stumps. So that would have been out if it was a direct hit.
Yeah, it would have been.
So it looks like they fucked it up the first time.
Yeah.
In another innocuous way. And then they go on to do it and then they really fuck it up the next time.
Yeah.
And you're going to say that that's not rigged.
Well, there's absolutely a chance that it could have been rigged.
Well, I feel like all evidence points to the fact that
as I said, there's
the captain of the team was banned for life for match fixing in this tournament.
Later years, Hansie Cronje got done.
And he also denied it at first.
Well, of course, that's what everyone does.
Yes, but he was caught red-handed, denied it. So obviously they would deny it unless they were caught red-handed.
That's true.
So unless someone had proof that they match fixed this specifically, they weren't going to get caught, even though they were caught match fixing other stuff. So I say that this definitely had to have been match fixed until it's proven otherwise.
See, I always go the other way.
How the fuck do you go the other way?
Well, look, okay, here's my thinking. Right, I'm going to say there is a very high chance that it was. And I'm inclined to believe that it probably did happen, but I always like to wait for the facts to come out.
So if someone, let's just say that you left your wallet out and there were $50 missing from it.
Yeah.
And your friend gets arrested because they've been consistently stealing $50 from other people. And they've been caught on camera a few times. Unfortunately, there was no camera of the incident that happened.
I'm going to make about a 90% probability chance that he did it.
No, well, you're arguing that no, he didn't do it.
Well, no, hold on. Okay, well, you can't unless facts are actually proven.
Well, all the surrounding facts.
Yeah. Well, then it probably did happen, but that's not. You can't say something was proved to 100% factual.
I never said it was proved 100% factual, but I'm saying that it's so suspicious that unless I saw evidence that said the opposite, I don't.
You would, you probably think that it was. You probably think that seems the most logical course of events as to what happened.
Yes.
So.
Although for criminal reasons or whatever, we have to say, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I just happen to have connected multiple dots to look extremely, extremely suspicious.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that conspiracy. So now what I want to do.
There's every chance it was, considering everyone who was involved at that point.